Joined by Hofstra coach John Russo following the probably 6-3 win over UNCW on Saturday. Coach, can you start usually we talk about the game, but can you just talk about John Rooney today?
Yeah, I thought, for us to win games right now in the CAA play, it starts on the mound. And, I think we've got great starting pitching. I have a lot of confidence in our guys. And, Rooney's as good as anyone in the CAA. And when he has his stuff and he pitches like he should, he's as good as, anybody in the CAA. And tonight he had it, went 8 innings, 10 strikeouts, only went 107 pitches. And thought he really competed and battled. And, he strikes out Mim there in the 8th inning on his last pitch of the game. And, after previously Mims hit a ball, about 400 feet off of him. And, Runes was just great.
What was the situation like for you as a coach when you're watching him on the mound? What gave you a sign to say, oh, wow, he's going to be on tonight?
I think he knew the situation. I think coming into the game, he knew it was a must-win for us. I mean, we had talked about going Rooney-Weiss no matter what happened today and play it like a playoff game because we had to win the game. And, I felt like he got really locked in after he gave up the run. I thought they talked a little trash and got a little bit fired up, and it really worked to our advantage, to be honest, because it made it click with Rooney, and he just didn't like it and didn't put up with it and really answered the bell.
How much of a momentum swing is it when a guy like Rooney can go out there and get a couple strikeouts to end innings like in the 7th and 8th and really come up when you need it best?
It's invaluable. The one thing that if see you, Randy. The one thing if I think Wilmington if anything is they strike out a little bit. Wilmington did, and Rooney has strikeout stuff, so it was a good matchup. But then last year they beat up on Rooney really bad down there. We thought he didn't have much stuff. Truthfully, he had really good stuff, and Wilmington hammered it, and I think that was the hardest John was hit in his career. And I think he wanted to answer back for that a little bit today and show him how much he's grown and revisit that day again. And so he did really well, and I think it was a little personal today to John, and he did really well.
The lineup was so good of late, and it just took some time to get really going. Was it just a matter of keeping the game as far as close as possible until the hits started coming?
Yeah, we talked about that in the dugouts. Try not to wait till the end to do it. And their guy Bueller was really good early. He had good stuff, and I know on paper it didn't look really well, but Royalty yesterday was 93, and we were having a lot harder time seeing the ball off of Bueller than we were Royalty, and finally got to him a little bit, and then you're able to get to the bullpen, and that's how you win games, is you just keep battling along. And I think if everybody will agree that Hofstra, to have success, it's got to be close games, winning with good pitching and defense.
One guy you spoke about after the game yesterday, who said was kind of undervalued and his stats don't really reflect how good he's been, has been Rob Weishire. And again, 2 for 3 today and gets in a home run to add some insurance. How big was his performance today?
It was incredible for a freshman. He came up there with 1 out, and right after David lined out, there in the 7th inning, and then he doubles off the wall, with their really good reliever in the game. He makes it 2nd and 3rd, and then they threw the wild pitch. I thought Witt made a great read, a veteran baseball read to beat it to home plate, and then Hard Art with the big single right after Rob's hit, and then he comes up there again in the 8th inning and hits the big 2-run homer with 2 outs after David set the inning to going. And look at how valuable those runs became at the end of the game when Weiss got in a little trouble. So Rob's day was good, and I thought it was an overall really good team win. We pitched really well, we didn't make an error, and we had quality at bats, and we had big at bats when we needed to. Vito's home run there in the 8th inning was as good a shot as I've seen all year, and just impressive. I told the team we were due to play and do well, and when we played well, we're a good team.
So early on, it was kind of hard to get stuff to drop. Even your hard hit balls were getting picked up. How much of a relief was it when you started seeing those shots dropping, and how does that lead into tomorrow?
They play really good defense. Mims is as good a second baseman as I've seen maybe, since Matt Ford, and Matt Ford was the best I've ever seen. And so, Mims is incredible. Golden out in right field's a plus defender and takes balls away from you. And that's a veteran group of guys, and they play really high defense, and it does get a little frustrating, I'd say, but the one thing is, in the dugout today, they just never lost composure, and they had a lot of fight in them, and I think they knew the value of the game today, and they kept going after it. And it was a 2-1 game in here, but you would have felt like we were winning, to be honest, in the dugout. And it hasn't always been that way, but today for some reason it was, and hopefully we can continue that. But they had a lot of confidence, like they were going to win today, and it worked out.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.